A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Morris. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. Looking at the last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Kings. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And that one's good. James.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And the shot goes in.
That's as good as you can defend LeBron inside, and it's still not good enough.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Beverley. Back to Leonard. In the corner, George with it. Leonard the pass to George. Rebound the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Here's Leonard. Sinks that one from the post. Leonard's got 6. The Los Angeles Clippers, they come into this one following a loss to the Wizards in Washington. To the inside, Gasol. The rebound by Ibaka. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And finished off by Leonard.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 8. And the dunk by James.
And he's not going to pass up on chances like that. Even with just a sliver of daylight, he can get to the rim.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Batum. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at the Lakers. Right now, they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference. And checking out the Clippers, a half game back.
And when you look at the Clippers, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Here's Williams, following the basket by LeBron James. Some teams live and die by the 3. Let's check out the best. The Clippers, number 1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Well, he's an outstanding free throw percentage shooter. I mean, for his career, one of the best is Williams.
1:35 left in the first quarter of the game. Floats it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
Now here's James, following the miss by Lou Williams. There's the pass to Harrell. Lakers working the ball around now. Fires from deep. Here's Kuzma. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets. And he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington. Passes it to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morris.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And here's James outside. And the Lakers with another miss. From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Caruso in at the 1. Now here's Zubac. Following the miss by Kyle Kuzma. Now a look at the stats for Paul George.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
They recover it. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Kuzma outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Harrell. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell-Pope. Love seeing that.
Outside Williams. Pass to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Williams looking over the floor. Zubac kicks to Williams. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Lakers leading by 3. Harrell. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Wizards in Washington. And here's Morris for 3. Come on. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done differently, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning the championship.
I can understand both of them.
Yes.
Harold drives in, and Harold slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Here's George following the bucket by the Lakers, and he makes that one. George has got his first bucket of the night.
Taking advantage of that length inside, George has the size and touch to score with ease from there.
Schroeder against Williams. Harold, that's good. Harold's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
Here's George. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Offensive rebound outside for Caldwell Pope. Williams against Schroeder. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Wizards in Washington. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. No good that time, so the Lakers will take it the other way.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
From the high post. The shot by George, no good. On the wing, James. Stolen by Beverley, and so we wrap up.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a... And that's all we have.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at James, what a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the 2. 18 feet out. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Lakers leading by 9. Schroeder looking around. To the paint. Gasol dishes to Schroeder. Back to Gasol. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Schroeder outside. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And the Lakers lead by 9.
Boy, it feels like we're tallying every assist, every point, all part of LeBron's expansive legacy.
Leonard against LeBron. Rejected by Gasol. Here we go. James heading to the hoop. And James throws it down.
Well, he's fantastic at playing to his strengths. Doesn't get outside of himself. I mean, when he's scoring at an efficient clip like that, he's hard to stop.
Shoots. Another miss by Leonard.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Oh, what a play!
Woo! Tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Here's Leonard. Misses from short range.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
George up top. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. George passes to Ibaka. And here's George. He's got 6. The Lakers another fast break chance right here. Leonard with the steal. It's tipped. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Caldwell Pope, and the rejection by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector, Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
And again, the Lakers no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Gasol. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 15.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And George, here we go. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 8.
And George is so smart, so crafty on the dribble. He's just got an excellent way of controlling the ball and his body as he's dribbling.
Schroeder lays it up and banks it in.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end. Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Here's Schroeder, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock get under 10 seconds from here on out.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Back to George. Leonard on the wing. James covering. 3 on the clock. Here's George. Caldwell Pope with some nice D.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be right back after this. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 guard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. And James throws it down hard.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Tipped away. And here are the Clippers now. Clippers trail by 17. The pass to Zubats. Back to Williams. Kuzma against George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Nice release on the shot. George has put a lot of work into his mechanics. And I like the way he continues to impress from beyond the arc.
And a wide open look for James. Offensive rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now, here is George. Guarded closely.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Lob pass to George. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Caruso kicks to Kuzma. Passes it to Caruso. And the Lakers with another turnover here.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 16.
Come get it, come get it.
From the left block, he sends it through.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Horton Tucker, the pass to James. This one for three. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Lakers lead by 16.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Here's George. And again, the Clippers good for two.
And George typically capitalizes well off any pick and roll situation because he makes quick decisions and his basketball IQ is pretty high.
LeBron kicks to Kuzma. To the middle. Here's Harrell. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Pass to George. Zubats. Great positioning on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Kuzma finds Harrell. Lakers working the ball around now. James looking around. But they'll get another chance.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Cans it from downtown.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Lakers.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference. and earned them the W.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Well, he's a balanced, smooth, surprisingly tough athlete. Williams causes a lot of problems for the defense.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here.
All right, listen to this next question very carefully. Which player was the NBA All-Star Game MVP award named after?
Is it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, or Bill Russell? This one should be an easy one, for sure.
So many great players, but only one has that honor.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. Beat and nothing tipped.
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the center position. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Markieff Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Come on, this guy's so explosive when he comes into the painted area. Dennis Schroeder, a spark plug right now.
Harden the pass to Durant. Lets it go from the wing. Goes back up. Jordan. The shot will not fall. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. Losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Here's Schroeder. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
That one falls.
Woo-hoo, Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. The drive by James. It's good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Harden the pass to Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, DeAndre Jordan making his presence felt at the offensive end. Nice.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And finished off by LeBron.
If you're going to step in front of LeBron James, we're going to question your sanity. Just a freak of nature.
Here's Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
1:51 left here in the opening quarter. Durant against Morris.
How do you match up with KD? This guy is so good at taking what the defense gives him. Good luck.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Lakers. 6-point game. Earl high post. Here's James. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
and taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Griffin passes to Luwawu. Rebound by Harrell.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And James throws it down hard.
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Shamet the pass to Griffin. Inside, here's Brown. Off target at the rim. Lakers leading by 11. Harrell up top. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. LeBron passes to Harrell. And Griffin sends it back. 5 to shoot. Horton Tucker. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, this guy is tremendous at keeping plays alive. Montrezl Harrell getting to the offensive window.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Shamet kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Pass to Griffin. Over Harrell. Passes it to Shamet. To stop the run, here's Griffin. Great D that time from LeBron. Here's Horton Tucker. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 spot. Here's Caruso. Harrell, that's good. Harrell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Brown. The Lakers with the rebound. And taken away by Brown. The pass to Luwawu. Now Green. Shamet on the wing. Back to Green. And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Schroeder right side. And it's good off the back rim and in. Schroeder's got 8.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Here's Luwawu. Horton Tucker with the rebound.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Here's Caruso. Again, Los Angeles.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Nets trail by 15. Here's Luwawu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shamet kicks to Brown. They swipe it. And it's the Lakers on the break. Pushing it up. And it's Schroeder missing. Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Snatched away. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. And Harrell slams it in.
Throw it up and let Montrezl Harrell finish.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you've set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
James checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Harden with it. He's picked up by James. Harris dishes to Irving. Pass to Jordan. 1:30 left in the first half. KD passes to Jordan. Durant kicks to Harden. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. And Morris has got the ball here for the Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Caldwell Pope outside. Fires the three. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Caldwell Pope's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. It's stolen by Morris. Irving against LeBron. Caldwell Pope dishes to Schroeder. Launches it. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game. And the dunk by Jordan.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
The three from Morris. Unable to get that one. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Off target with the open look. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The home LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 17 points. And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by James.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. That's the Laker 5. Here's Caldwell Pope, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, KCP steady there at the line. Nice work to draw the contact.
Second free throw, no good. And the net shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Irving attacking. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got 6 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, a little bit of a comfort zone for Dennis Schroeder. He just needs just a touch of separation, and he's ready to fire.
Here's Durant. Here's Jordan. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Jordan's got his second basket of the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And stolen by Jordan. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. Bucket is good. KD's got his third basket of the night.
Well, this is what makes Kevin Durant maybe the greatest all-around scorer in the game today. Equal proficiency from every spot on the floor.
And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And a wide open look for Irving. And it's off from three-point range. Nobody near Schroeder. And the Lakers with another miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
They get it back. Harden the pass to Jordan. And on the way from Irving for three. Morris with the rebound.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
A nice shot by Irving.
You simply cannot give Kyrie Irving room to run in the open floor. This guy is a phenomenal transition player.
Now James. He's got 17. To the paint. Here's Morris. And Durant sends it back. Irving looking for an opening. Right side, Jordan. Outside, KD. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Here's Schroeder. Dishes to Gasol. That one's off. Still out of sync. Nets trail by 16. And they go to the intentional foul. Doris, as we've seen, NBA players are becoming more vocal on social issues. Some will say, keep politics out of sports. Should the NBA and should all sports leagues be worried about that backlash?
Kevin, one of the things I admire most about the NBA is its commitment to the causes it believes in. And whether we are talking about the mental health issues of some of their players or the current situation in the country, the NBA's commitment to supporting equality and social justice is admirable. What is controversial about equality and social justice for all? Nothing. I admire their commitment. They're on the right track.
Now here's Harden. Not a lot of room.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And Harden comes to help. Down low, Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
A tenacious forward with high energy. It's clear that Griffin is still capable of throwing down a double-double.
Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Here's Harden. Griffin trying to get open. And the jam by Harden.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Here's Caruso. Stolen by Harden. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Lets a floater go, and Caldwell Pope lays it in. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Here's Harden. The kick out to Brown. Outside Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to Harden. 4 on the shot clock. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Harden's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Kyrie Irving. On out there with Durant. Then there's Griffin, and it's Harden in at the point guard.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Durant, the pass to Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Lakers. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Joe Harris comes in for Kyrie Irving.
So many NBA players like to express themselves through style as they come into the arena. For Montrezl Harrell, it's more about the shoes. This guy has gone so far as to design his own kicks.
Lakers leading by 12. Here's James. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Well, it doesn't take much for LeBron James to find his rhythm. The king right now making it look effortless.
Harden against Schroeder.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Floats it up for James. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That's a vicious assault on the rim by LeBron. Incredibly accomplished dunker who's still got plenty of bounce in his step.
Harris finds Brown. Back to Harris. And the rejection by Harris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harris. And the Lakers with some changes. Marc Gasol comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And Markieff Morris sub in for Kyle Kuzma. KD, that's for 2. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. 16-point lead. No one near James as he lets it go. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. It's stolen by Brown. They're running. Jordan kicks to Harden. It's Durant on the wing. The kick out to Brown. Clock at 4. The Nets need to get a shot off here. For 3, Harris. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Los Angeles leading by 18. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount. Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Durant with the steal. Pass to Harden. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the... Oh, what a dunk!
Look out below!
Wow. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Lakers.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Schroeder against Harden, 16 feet away, and he drops that one in. And the Lakers lead by 18.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Irving can't hit. For three, Caldwell Pope. But he recovers it. And Gasol now top of the key. Back to Caldwell Pope. That three off the mark. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the out. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
What is your organization looking for in order to defend the title?
All we're looking for.
There below is Barclays Center and the Borough. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2 guard. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And in this one, Brent, terrific talent on both sides. Everyone getting their popcorn ready.
Yeah, lots of people tuning into this one, Kevin. And, you know, regular season games, there's always talk about, it's another game. This is not another game. This is prime time.
5 on the clock. Here's George. The rebound by the Nets. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, and they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Irving passes to Durant, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And it's the Clippers' ball. It's a 3-point game. Here's George. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
And the basket by Harris.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And so just over a minute and a half played. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Durant finds Harden. Durant feeling it out a bit. The kick out to Irving. Rocket 2 over George. And it's Irving missing. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
The kick out to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. It's Durant on the wing. Shoots over Batum. A nice shot by KD.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Luwawu after the basket by Los Angeles. Brown dishes to Griffin. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard attacking. Great D that time from Green.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Griffin. On the wing, Irving. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Kyrie not backing away from the contact there. In fact, welcoming that one, tricked you into it.
Leonard on the wing. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Wizards in Washington, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Luke Kennard.
There's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Out to Morris. Back to Leonard. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brooklyn with the ball. Now Shamet. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
We've got Brown. Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Luwawu in at the 3. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Luwawu, the pass to Griffin. Shoots over Zubats. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, their defense wasn't exactly solid in that game. So if they could make up for mistakes by causing some turnovers, it might have helped. They didn't even get those.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. 4 on the clock, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Harden outside, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Harden's got his first basket.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Irving against Jackson. They get it again. Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Rockets in Houston. It's George on the wing, guarded by Harris. And George kicks to Batum. Shot from 12. Another one falls for the Clippers. Now the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet.
And some hang time on the rim puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. On the wing, George, guarded by Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harris against George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Leonard comes in for Serge Ibaka, and it's Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
George looking around to the inside, and Batum kicks to Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The 3 from George, but they recover it. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. Griffin, no good with the layup.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a...
Kevin, thanks so much.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the center position. Here's Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender over-aggressive there, but the conventional wisdom is you're trying to do whatever it is that you can to disrupt Durant's rhythm.
Durant hits them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
George against Irving. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Durant. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. KD's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, for a tall guy, Durant has such dexterity and rhythm on the catch and shoot. It's just interesting to watch.
George against Irving. George, no good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Harden, no good. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And George with the stuff.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
And on the way from Irving for 3, Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Harden. Ibaka with some nice D. Clippers leading by 4. Beverly with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Leonard with the bucket.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Harden finds Irving. On the wing, Harris. Harden outside. He gets that one.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
George dishes to Ibaka. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And there's George. That's good on the assist from Ibaka. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. Harden outside. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Griffin comes in for Jordan. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Leonard against Harris. Zubac the pass to Williams. Here's Leonard. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Nets trail by 8. Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Now here is George. He's guarded closer. Comes up empty down low. In the corner, Irving with it. That's in, coming off the assist from KD. Now just a 3-point Clipper lead.
He's seeing everything right now. Fantastic job pulling the trigger when he's open.
Leonard attacking, and it goes down 2 points. Leonard's got 7 points here in this quarter. The Nets have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Pass to Shamet. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. KD dishes to Griffin. On the wing, Harris. Just 5 to shoot. The shot by KD. No good. Los Angeles leading by 5. Left side, Williams. Pass to Zubac. Outside, Leonard. 26 seconds left in the third. Here's Zubac. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Shot clock at 5. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, he's so dangerous, and he's also efficient with his offensive game. Leonard right now having a tremendous offensive night.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Clippers lead by 5. 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Luwawu is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then there's Griffin. And it's Harden in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
George passes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
That's the man you want running into the pick and roll. It's Paul George at the helm. He's got the ball and makes a great play.
On the wing, Harden. Uncovered. Offensive rebound. Here's Green. The shot is good off the backboard. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
George with the bounce pass. And Ibaka kicks to Batum. Now the pass to Leonard. 6 to shoot. The dish to Beverly. Leonard inside. Guarded by Green. And it's Leonard missing. Nets trail by 3. And the jam by Harden.
Now that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
Leonard on the wing. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Back to George. No good on that one. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Green deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Harden. To take the lead. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Brooklyn trailing. It's Brown with the drive and finished off by Brown.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Here's Leonard. The rebound by Luwawu. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Harden can't hit. Clippers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Here's Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Now with Leonard on the floor, the team's always going to function a little bit better as a whole, and some of that comes from his unselfish play.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. George with the bucket.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, huge shot at this moment in the game.
Got a piece of it. Leonard with the steal. Irving against George. Leonard looking around. Back to Morris. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Morris has got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Puts it up from 15. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Passes to Leonard. Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. To the middle. Outside for KD. To halt the run, here's Jordan. Harden the pass to Durant. Over Ibaka. And again, it's the Nets missing. And here's Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. Pass to Morris. Irving against Leonard. Clock at 6. Down low. Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Drops in the tray.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Clippers.
And here is Williams. And stolen by Jordan. So the Clippers with the win. This was a hard, David. Thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. We welcome you to Noche Enemy. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting five. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Here's Schroeder, finished off the break.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open. And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, Jay. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think that LeBron can still turn it on and take over when he needs to. And you know what? Playoff LeBron is a very real thing.
Here's George. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it. Oh, wow!
Nice! Oh, come on. Hall of Fame athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down and stopping.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Schroeder against Beverley. Releases from 15. Off the left rim and out.
The setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
And George kicks to Beverley. George looking over the floor. And they pick up 2. George has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
It's LeBron with the drive. Scored the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
They've come out with guns blazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the D reeling.
Outside Leonard. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And we've seen Leonard's ball handling improve over the years, especially in the pick and rolls where he has grown to be very effective.
Now here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
The Lakers with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. James, the pass to Gasol. .152 left in the first quarter. And a missed layup. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's Leonard, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Kuzma, right side. And the Lakers get it back. Schroeder outside. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Here's Harrell out to the wing. Stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Jackson. Williams kicks to Zubac. Back to Williams. Second chance shot. And another shot. Doesn't go that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And that one's good. Schroeder. 6 points for him. The Clippers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Williams looking around. Zubac. It's good on the putback. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
4 seconds left. And it's finished off by Schroeder as he lays it in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
A big-time effort for Dennis Schroeder, providing a lot of energy for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Harrell. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Caruso in at the point.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, one play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that anyway.
Here's Kuzma. Not going to go that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
So savvy inside for a player of his size and tough. Williams will do whatever it takes.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Markieff Morris is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And James subbed in for Alex Caruso. And the Clippers making a change here as well. George is checked in. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Man, you gotta love watching James sky for the slam. I mean, demonstrating how high he can get up off the drive.
Outside Williams. Pass to Zubac. And stolen by Harrell. LeBron outside. And finished off by LeBron.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look to dunking it home.
It's George on the wing. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Now here's LeBron. 10 points for him.
All James needs is just a little room. You got to go over the pick every time, or else he's probably going to burn.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First trip to the line for him here. The first one falls. And at the midway point, what stands out, Chris, to you about this phase of the regular season?
Well, Kevin, it's always that the standings are pretty much solidified. The favorites, the cellar dwellers. And this is where a front office will take a hard look at their roster and maybe look to make some moves as well.
And the Lakers making a change here. Gasol's checked in. George, no good. Lakers leading by 4. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
James wide open with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. James has got 10 points in the quarter.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's George. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Here's James, and James throws it down.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Batum with the steal. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. Here are the Lakers. They're on a 12-4 run. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Batum dishes to George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Jesus surprises anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. On the wing, but 2. Clippers moving the ball around. And the Clippers miss again. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Now here's LeBron. 18 points for him. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Caldwell Pope passes to LeBron. Back to Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
Excellent court awareness. James has always had terrific instincts as a playmaker.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first half.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Jackson looking it over. Kennard for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. And that's all we have for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been a clinic out there by James.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. George finds Ibaka. Just 4 to shoot. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by James. Schroeder's got the first field goal of the second half for the Lakers. Outside, George. Over Caldwell Pope. Rebounded by the Lakers. Fast break, the Lakers. Morris with the ball. And the dunk by James.
And the way James dominates on the offensive end, making it look effortless tonight.
And see what Contavious Caldwell Pope changing his approach before last season. He knew he wouldn't need to take on as much of a scoring responsibility.
Yeah, and what a team player, GA. I mean, KCP rededicated himself to defense. Tries to do more with less touches now. And that's the mindset you need to have playing with stars going for a championship.
Here's Gasol, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Clippers trail by 8. And it's Leonard missing.
Might take him a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
George passes to Leonard. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Batum finds George. A three-pointer, no good. Lakers leading by 8. Caldwell Pope with it. George picks him up.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Leonard against James. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
James. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
championship night, I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, ouch. Outside Williams. And there's the pass to Jackson. Back to Williams. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And while we got a chance, look at some numbers for Jackson. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or 2 every game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all they need, especially in tight games. 1 or 2 plays can make all the difference.
And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing here by 8. Now here's Williams. Defense is right there. Jackson has the open look. Misses the 3.
Oh, man, as good of a shooter as he is, it drives him crazy to miss a wide-open 3 like that.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Left side, Williams. Lakers leading by 10. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. But they get it back. Caruso kicks to James. Tries again. That shot off the mark. Nice D from Williams. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Kuzma pulls it in. Up in time, and that one released in time, but no good.
That's just exceptional timing from Batum, really getting in that jersey of the shooter.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Oh, powerful presence on the court. It's hard to match James' strength inside.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
The drive by James, and LeBron throws it down.
Such blinding speed on the drive. I mean, James is a force of nature when he's on the attack.
And here's George for three. Caruso grabs the miss. Caruso's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The shot's good from Kuzma.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their fifth consecutive make in the paint.
On the wing, George. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Floats it up there for Harrell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
So both teams changing it up here. And both free throws good for Harrell. Clippers trail by 16. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's George, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And the Lakers making a change here. Gasol's checked in.
Well, when Batum spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Here's LeBron, and James throws it down hard.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Leonard inside, covered by LeBron. Leonard, no luck.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
George against Caldwell Pope. And George, here we go. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Morris. Schroeder outside. Lob pass to Gasol. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Over in the corner, Batum takes the three. The shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Here's James, and James throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
George up top. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. The shot by George, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Jackson, that's good.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Lakers.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Dudley against Patterson. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Pass to Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The second chance effort, and it's good. 2 points.
Here's Kennard's mechanics on full display. Makes the mid-range shot look almost effortless.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. They grab their own miss. Jones. Matthews passes to Caruso. Knocks it loose. Here's Cabangeli. Outside Jackson. To the wing right side. Patterson passes to Cabangeli. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
To the league.
Biggest thing is, obviously stick skill and all that stuff matters, but I feel like if you can put out content, you can make yourself valuable off the court. That's what matters, just as much as your stick skill.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned as a pro?
You're playing for something bigger than you, obviously. Even if it's not, for me, it would be the Wizards, the NBA. I've seen, this opportunity get taken away from.
And the Lakers all decked out as they made their way off the bus and into the arena earlier on. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebound.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marcus Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Nets, they've got Harris. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the shooting guard. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year or mid-season?
We've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season.
Yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out. Harden against Schroeder. From down in the low post, it goes.
Tremendous work inside by Dennis, using every inch of his frame to finish.
Irving passes to Harris. Back to Irving. Lets it go from deep. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Irving's got 5 now.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Brooklyn now. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Durant. On the wing, Harris. Back to KD. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
With his size, KD almost unstoppable from mid-range.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
The shot's good from Gasol.
You just love LeBron's patience. Scanning the floor, delivers the basketball on point and on time.
You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
Harden kicks to Irving. No good on the 3. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They embrace the challenge as well. They hit big shot after big shot to keep the other team at bay.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Rejected by Harris, but they'll get another chance. Another shot, and LeBron with the layup.
You could say, LeBron, that's too easy, but great players create these opportunities every single night.
Irving for 3. Jordan dishes to Harden. Jordan the pass to KD. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. KD's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Nets leading by 3. And on the way from Irving for 3. Morris with the rebound.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
And Caldwell Pope, explosive off the floor. He can catch you unawares with his dunking.
Harden against. Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow!
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's James. Yep, that one goes. James has got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
On the wing, Morris. Back to James. Inside, Gasol. Caldwell Pope passes to Gasol. Over Harden. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Caldwell Pope. 6 points for Marc Gasol.
You know, few active players have taken more contact inside than Marc Gasol. He knows how to handle it.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Lakers lead by 1. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Caruso in at the point guard position.
Kyle Kuzma, smart at knowing how to get calls. Gotta be careful guarding him.
No good on the second free throw. And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot as a good blend of Smitty of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
And Harrell slams it in.
The bench loves that play from Montrezl Harrell. His physicality makes him hard to stop.
On kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot. Kept alive. Pass to Shamet. Back to Brown. Right side, Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Brown. Good. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
LeBron outside. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
Who's got LeBron?
It's LeBron with the drive, and he gets it to go. And now a 5-point Laker lead.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Shamet on the wing. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. Griffin misses in close. Lakers leading by 5. High arcing shot. LeBron passes to Kuzma. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
Solid at fighting through contact. I like how Kuzma accepts these challenges and converts.
Shamet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Durant's checked in for Green. And Irving subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Here's Durant. The kick out to Irving. Nails the wide open jump shot. Irving's got 8.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
Here's Caruso. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Harrell wide open. He shoots. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
Their D was just phenomenal in the last game. We'll see if they bring that same intensity again.
And it's Shamet missing. Los Angeles leading by 4. Shooter passes to Harrell. Chalk up 2 there. Harrell's got 4 points in the quarter.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Brown outside. Durant with it. Picked up by Kuzma. Irving looking for an opening. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. Harrell trying to free himself up. The rebound by the Nets. Griffin kicks to Shamet. Poked loose and stolen by Kuzma. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and that one's good. Schroeder.
A blur in the open court. Schroeder covers ground in a hurry.
Irving up top. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Houston.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with his offense.
Schroeder passes to Caruso. Back to Schroeder.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. For three, Durant. And so it's Los Angeles. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, 3 assists. And that's all we have.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harden in at the 1 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Nets trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Second chance shot. And it's Durant missing.
Missed 4 straight shots now. At one point, do you have to call a timeout and regroup? Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Stolen by Durant. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Irving with the ball. He's picked up by James.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Schroeder outside. Inside, Gasol. Schroeder finds Gasol, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Irving passes to Harden. The Nets working the ball around now. The wide open look for Durant. Great positioning on the putback.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Morris kicks it over to Schroeder. Gasol trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Harden. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. Gasol passes to Morris. The drive by James. Tries again. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by KD. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Shot clock reset for the Nets. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fast break, the Lakers. Schroeder leading the charge. James in the post, defended by Durant. James misses.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Nets. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Kyrie Irving. And the Lakers also making a switch. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Pass to Luwawu. On the wing, Green. Harden inside the three-point line, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
And that one's good, Caruso. And the Lakers lead by 7. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. The pass to Harris. Harden up top. Right side, Griffin. Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Harris. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's the Lakers on the break. It's stolen by Green. Harris finds Harden, and that one drops for him.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Basket, good. Harrell's got 6.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Harden. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Lets it fly. Nice touch on the shot from close range. Caruso's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
To the paint, here's Griffin. And the rejection by Harrell.
He's light on his feet. Montrezl Harrell gets himself into position and makes a play on the ball.
That one goes in.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Green, the pass to Harden. Out to Harris. That's tipped. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harrell.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Caruso kicks to Harrell. Good work defensively by Harden. With 1 on the clock, the shot comes out, and so it's the Los Angeles Lakers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Nets trail by 7, and on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Harrell, and it's Horton Tucker in at the shooting guard position.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Schroeder against Harden, and it's good for 2. And the Lakers lead by 7.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The drive by Jordan. Over in the corner, Green. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Kuzma. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Brooklyn making some changes. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Joe Harris. And then for the Lakers, Marc Gasol comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's LeBron in for Kyle Kuzma. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Shot, high post. The shot by KD. No good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Schroeder finds James. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. James has got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
KD passes to Jordan, and that one drops.
A hustle play both by Jordan and the defender, but DeAndre with the toughness to prevail.
Harden against Schroeder. No good that time. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. And stolen by James. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Excellent ball handler for a 7-footer. Gasol isn't quick, but he's savvy.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Harden dishes to Jordan. 5 to shoot. The 15-footer. And too long on the shot. Lakers leading by 9. Morris passes to Horton Tucker. Here's LeBron. Some solid defense from Brown. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. No good from Irving. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The kick out to LeBron. 1:49 left here in the fourth quarter. And the layup's good off the glass.
Crazy to think about how many seasons LeBron's played and how many nights we've seen him do this.
The drive by Jordan kicks it out to Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Lakers lead by 13.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Schroeder, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
Yep, that one goes in there.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Lakers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. LeBron outside. It's hauled in by Brown. For the Nets, this one not looking good. Outside Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Los Angeles guys shooting 57% in this fourth quarter.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Lakers.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with 1 left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LeBron.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
Irving's shot is good. And here's Schroeder. On the wing, Morris. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For our
Season.
A couple guys that I'm excited to play against, or excited just to see in the league in general. You got Crazy, who's probably going to go number one. No Love Czar. He's a guy that he's been playing for years.
We're the land of the free.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the Nets starting five. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the three. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the two guard. Just two to shoot. Leonard. The shot misses. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
Irving from long range. It's hauled in by Beverley. And so Beverley will bring it up for the Clippers. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
That's exactly right. Miscues drive a coach crazy. You're giving them more opportunities than you're giving yourself, and that's always problematic.
Now, here is Harden. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
They get the rebound, and the basket is good. Batum's got the opening basket of the game for the Clippers.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
On the wing, Irving, defended by Batum. Free throw line jump shot. That one wide left.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to us to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, you're having a tough time trying to tie down DeAndre Jordan. This guy is a powerful force who knows how to convert.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
Outside, George. There's the dish to Ibaka. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Back to George. Down low. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Ibaka's got his second basket.
Well, how about the frame and the concentration of Serge Ibaka? What an interior finish that was.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Outside, George. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Back to Leonard, to the paint. Here's Zubac. Left side, Ibaka. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And here's George for three. Poked away. Nets trail by 3. KD passes to Irving. Over Williams. Outside for Durant. Irving against Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Irving can't get it to go.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Irving kicks to Harden. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Durant. Can't hit from 12.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
George with the bucket.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
Here is Harden. Paul George making his last shot. KD, that's for 2. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Williams against Harden. George, that's a 2-pointer. George missing again.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
All alone, and Ibaka slams it in.
Boy, he knows how to fill the lane in transition. Serge Ibaka, a very mobile big man.
KD dishes to Harris. Back to Durant. Shoots over Leonard. No good on the last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. Los Angeles. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Brooklyn now, they've got Luwawu. Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Shamet in at the 1. Here's Zubac. And Griffin sends it back. Now, here's Shamet. Zubac defending. Griffin lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Griffin's got his first points of the game. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not true. Wow. I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Now, here is Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Williams looking around. In the corner, Kennard with it. Off target from outside.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Griffin's shot is good.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
Outside Williams. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And that one's good. Shamet.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
How about the focus of Lou Williams? Inside, able to finish. Nice.
Green, the pass to Shamet. Inside, Griffin. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
On the wing, Jackson. Back to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Paul George.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You've got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Now, here's Beverley. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. And George, here we go.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Harden with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. KD against Beverley. Harden can't hit. Clippers leading by 3. 1:14 left to play here in the second quarter. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, that's his second foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And the Nets also making a change. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Blake Griffin. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Now, here is Irving. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. First free throw is good.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
Now, here's Irving. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. He feeds it to Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Jordan's got 5.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
George dishes to Leonard. George passes to Leonard. We've got 22 seconds left in the second quarter. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Kyrie Irving.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And George kicks to Batum. Now, here is George. And George with the stuff.
And make no mistake, Paul George is a fierce finisher inside.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to... And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Leonard finds Batum. Durant with some nice D.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
To the inside, Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
Irving with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. And the rejection by Leonard. Irving against Leonard. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Harden. KD on the wing. And at last, they get one to fall.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Outside, George. Off target with his 3. Nets trail by 5. Harris passes to Harden, and the jam by Harden.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
George against Irving. Ibaka, it's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Harris dishes to Harden. Outside Durant. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for George, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Brooklyn, Green, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. A 2-point game. Good on the shot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the middle, here's Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And his free throws are falling at a rate of only about 72% on the season. Not terrible, but listen, you obviously would expect him to do better.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Leonard. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden.
How about Lou Williams playing through the contact? Nicely done.
Green taking his time here. Brown outside. Back to Green. Shamet on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Excellent D there from Williams. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Williams. 52 seconds left to play in the third. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Beverley the pass to Zubac. Shamet with the steal. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. It doesn't go for him.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And it's Williams. That time the assist by Morris. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
And that one's good. Shamet.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Williams with the ball. 8 points for him. And here's Morris for 3. Green with the rebound. Pass to Brown. Stolen by Zubac. 1 second left. That one doesn't drop. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers ahead. Up by 4. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Irving. Green is out there with Griffin. And it's Durant, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. Batum with the steal. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Morris, and it's George in for Williams. Irving against Beverley. The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Nets.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Green kicks to KD. On the wing, Irving. Good. Irving's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Brooklyn.
Well, the key there is Kyrie Irving did a great job setting up his defender on the pick and roll, and it led to the score.
Now Beverley. Pass to Leonard. That shot is off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Green finds Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Brown right side. Outside Irving. Clock at 6. On the wing, Irving. To take the lead. No good on that one. The Clippers have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. And he uses the glass on the lane. And the Clippers lead by 4.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Brown the pass to KD. And that one, good.
Well, we know Kevin Durant can score from all three levels. That one, a chippy for him.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Kicks it to Beverly. Back to George. And there's the feed to Batum. Back to George. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Brown the pass to Griffin. Durant in the corner. Irving from long range. Griffin finds Irving. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Clippers in the lead. And here's George. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
How about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
And a wide open look for Irving. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Huge bucket from Kyrie. Knows how to deliver.
George passes to Leonard. There's 1:26 left in the game. Batum and Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Well, you have to love the patience by Kawhi right there. Use the pick and roll game to perfection.
Irving up top, defended by Beverly. Here's KD. 2 free throws coming up, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Durant dishes to Harden. That shot off.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Passes it to Zubac. Feeds it to Leonard. And stolen by Harris. It's Harden with the drive. On the wing, Harris. Releases. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just one.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Nobody near George. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Harden scanning the floor. Outside Irving. Count it!
Now, when the game is on the line, Kyrie is the guy you want taking the shot. He is a stone-cold finisher.
Leonard attacking. Oh, that was something else!
Have mercy.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're down by 1. 1 second left in the 4th quarter. Here's Durant. Gets the game winner to fall.
Oh! And he wins it at the buzzer.
Oh, an astonishing way to end this game. Some serious last second.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Doris.